Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. Hey, you guys, it is the 1st of July, which means it's hashtag Crafty Goals 2024. We have a team of people who come together and just share their crafty goals, what they're working on, what they've completed, and you can do it too. In June, I got to see Debbie J and Letty, and that was definitely one of the highlights of June for me. But then, of course, I was busy crafting. Most of you were there along for the ride. And I also have a whole bunch of new subscribers, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoy my content and the things that I make. This is my sheet load for June 2024. I had a whole bunch of fun making this. Each little scene came out a little bit different by me adding different pieces of ephemera or stamps or sentiments, and what a fun sheet load that was. I turned them into 5x7 cards. And then I went from big to tiny and I made these little ATCs, which was a whole bunch of fun. I made these with Sweet Pea Curiosities. What are these girls called? I can't remember, but that's my math face there. I will look it up and I will leave it in the description box. Make sure you check out the description box today because it's going to have a bunch of different channels of different creators who do this Crafty Goals collab, and I'll have links for different for other channels as well, and for Sweet Pea Curiosities. So make sure you check out the description box today. All right, so aside from the ATCs, I also made these 5x7 cards, and they're very different. They are, again, made with Sweet Pea Curiosities, and I lined the inside with beautiful paper and then added pockets and ephemera, and I added this embossed paper. It's not sewn in, it's just tied in with seam binding, and in the back I even put more ephemera and pockets. I think these are such a fun design concept for 5x7 cards, and I definitely plan on making them again, just in different themes with different printables or paper. You don't have to have printables to make a card like this. You could definitely use any kind of pattern paper and ephemera that you have in your stash. But I thought they were gorgeous and they were so much fun to make. So I made 2 of those. I did a lot of lives in June, which was a blast hanging out with all of you. I absolutely love it. So my favorite kind of video to make is when I get to go live and be with all of y'all. And so these cards were inspired by a Stampington magazine artist, and I just had a whole lot of fun making them, but I even had more fun as I put my June makes in the box and I would see those. They just brought a smile to my face. This card here is a slimline that I made over on Dawn's channel, the Crafty Visage, and she plays card Yahtzee and has guests on, and they come on and roll the dice and see what kind of cards we'll make. These were a couple of ATCs that I made with random scraps, and I turned them into a craft roulette card. We did a little art history and explored Art Nouveau on my channel in a live this month as well. I had someone ask what brand of gilding flakes I had used, and I wanted to show you my collection because they're all different brands. They all work the same. And I've even heard of people finding them at the Dollar Tree now. Just look for gilding flakes and you will find they all work the same as far as I'm concerned, at least from my experimentation of the ones that I've used. And they do add just a really great detail to anything, cards, ephemera, journals, whatever you're working on. This was my Oh-So inspired card this month, and it was definitely a deviation from what my typical style, I guess you'd say, but I had a blast making it and I love the end results. I did make these cards this month, but you have not seen the video yet. You'll see it in July. But these are some Godzilla cards. I kind of fell in love with the Godzilla -1 movie. I made quite a few junk journals in June, but these are the only ones I have left to show you. These are really fun flip-flop mini journals that are made with 6x6 paper and scraps. And these are like a fun kind of snarky theme. And I had made a journal for Debbie J, which you can check out in my lives. And I just had to do it again. I loved the journal that I made for her and the theme. And so I made 5 mini versions of that. The other day, I made this accordion journal for Junk Journal July, which is something I'll be working on. And so these come together so quickly. You could probably make one of these in 30 minutes pretty easily. Real simple stuff. No sewing, just some folding and some paper play. I got a little bit organized, and I got these postcards organized for July postcard play, which I'll also be participating in. It's a challenge. Both Junk Journal July and the postcard play are challenges that are hosted by other channels, and I'm just participating for fun. So here in this portion of the video, we're just going to get busy and get the July postcards and junk journaling started. So the prompt, if you want to check out, first of all, the prompt list for Junk Journal July, then please go to Meg Journal's channel or go to her Instagram page. That's where I usually go to get the prompt list. But day 1 was Spark. And I really love her list. This is my 3rd year of doing her challenges, and I don't know, I just really connect with her prompts and enjoy it every time. I showed one of the journals that I had done 2 years ago on my channel the other day when I made this accordion journal. So if you want to know more about the 2 challenges, definitely check out that video because I went into it a little bit deeper and I made this accordion journal there. But yeah, so day 1, the prompt is Spark, and I get tons of inspiration, and my heart just, I don't know, is ignited by crafting and art supplies. So I use these paint brushes. This was just a scrap I had in my stash of patterned paper from Sweet Pea Curiosities. And then I thought this girl had all the sparkle, all the shine. I thought she just was glowing. So I decided to use her as well. I also showed a video in June of ideas that you can use when you want to be in the craft room, but you're not feeling the mojo to actually make something. And one of the things was to stamp, and I had stamped out quite a few of these sparkle sentiments, and I just cut them down to spark, spark, sparkle. And then, of course, I had to add some bling. We actually had to add some sparkle to the page, which I did with this Dollar Tree ribbon. And that's it. I mean, it's real simple, but it's a junk journal. So like anything you want to do for day 1 for Spark, you could do. You could put a spark plug on it. You can do anything you want. It's your creative space, but this is what came up for me. Because I am filming it, I can tell you that it took me 5 minutes to do this page. It really is, but it's really fun, and I just encourage you to try the challenge if you haven't before, if it's your kind of thing. Now, this is the July postcard play, and I took this postcard, this vintage one of Los Angeles, turned it on its side because I don't know, I felt like that's the direction I wanted to go with it. I wanted it to be portrait, and I wanted to turn those streets on their side and really use more of the artwork in an abstract way. And now I'm going through this bag. The only way I prepared for the July postcard play was I gathered my postcards and I gathered my gel prints and painted papers. I put all of it into a bag, and that's how I prepared. You don't actually have to use real postcards. You could just cut paper down to 4x6. Also, you could use the index cards from the Dollar Tree or anywhere else that are size 4x6. The only rules for the July postcard play is it must be 4x6. You have to use a gel print or a byproduct. PM Artist Studios released a digital of gel prints. I think you get 9 different gel prints, and they put it like 50% off. It's a really good deal. If you don't have a gel plate but you wanted to play along, you could do that. And then you must have a number on the front of your card. So this is day 1, and this is my first postcard. So I'm going to stamp a number 1 on my card. You could stamp, you could die cut, you could write it on. Carrie has a wonderful video. Carrie the Crafter is the one that's hosting this challenge, and he has a wonderful introduction video where he goes over everything. Also, because I just have this one character that I'm going to put on the card, I didn't technically have to put the number 1, but I did it. I'm trying to follow the rules. So about that, this postcard says, make your art, break the rules. And I knew I wanted to put that on the postcard, and then I wanted to find somebody or something to put on it. And as soon as I opened this book, I found this character with this intense gaze. I loved the intensity of this character's gaze, and it reminded me of my intensity of wanting, and not even just wanting, but needing to create. I've been this way since I can remember. I was at least 5 years old when I realized that art was something I had to make. It was something I had to do. And I've been doing some form of art ever since. But once I found paper crafting, well, I mean, that's like the holy grail for me personally. It took me so many years to find it, but once I did, I mean, it is my happy place, and I have a shared intensity. So I had to put this character on this card, and I turned the back of it into a journaling space. Now, I really wanted this character to have a bow, and so as I auditioned the bows and the ephemera and things, I'm going to read to you what I wrote on the back of my card. I instantly connected with a determination in this character's gaze, an idea of shared determination to create, an unrelenting need to make art. It's not about breaking the rules. It's about not being broken by the rules. And that's kind of how I feel about the sentiment of make your art, break the rules. It's not total rebellion, although I do have a rebellious side, but it was actually through journaling here that I realized, for me, it's not that I want to be a rebel. It's just that I don't want to be broken by rules when there's something creative that I want to do. So yeah, I love that I made this card and gave myself the time and space to connect and to find this out about me. And I think that is the power of journaling. And I myself, it comes in waves for me, but when I do journal, I feel more clarity, and I feel like I process better. Everyone is different, but I feel like when I take time to journal, it gives me an opportunity to better process things. So yeah, I really wanted this character to have a bow. The first bow was way too big. Wasn't working for me. I remembered that there were bows in that cut out and collage book, and I thought this yellow just was so perfect with that, with those city streets. And I also loved the sombrero and thought it was really great. The only thing is I didn't want this character's gaze to be... I didn't want it to be comical or kind of funny. I wanted you to really be drawn into that character's face and resonate with the intensity that is there. And so I thought this yellow was just perfect. And I did love how it matched the background. So that is my day one of both the postcard and junk journal July. And I enjoyed crafting these so much. Now, day two of junk journal July is postcard. So I thought it was kind of perfect that I will just put this postcard on day two. And now 2 days of junk journal July are already done. I do like to combine the prompts sometimes onto one page and just do 2 at a time or 3 at a time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Hang out with me in July. We're going to do Christmas in July and all kinds of fun things. Who knows what I'll make? I don't know. But I appreciate you being here. And to all my new subscribers, welcome, welcome. I know there's a lot of you, and I'm so grateful you're here. I had to put this 2-cent stamp on the back of that postcard where I journaled because that was my 2 cents. All right, guys, no matter what you're working on, make sure you're having fun with it. Set some crafty goals and see how that goes for you. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.